From the students of the Department of Meteorology and Atmospheric Science, here is your Penn State Campus Weather Service forecast.
Good afternoon. I'm student meteorologist Jonathan Domow here with your Friday afternoon forecast. Let's take a look at the drought map for today. State College in that 1 out of 5 on the map, denoted by that yellow. The yellow area here in Pennsylvania has expanded to parts of northeastern Pennsylvania as well as southern and even southeastern portions of Pennsylvania. We've been looking at a 3 out of 5 west of Pittsburgh. Now parts of it have been upgraded to a 4 out of 5. But the good news is there is some rain on the way. Let's time out those showers. For your weekend, the be nice and dry, which is not what we need right now. But if we look to the start of the front move through, bringing in precipitation in 2 waves. The first wave is going to bring in a little bit less impactful rain to mostly western and central Pennsylvania, leaving the east nice and dry. But if we look at that second wave brought on by that cold front, we'll see late Tuesday night way more impactful rain here, a lot darker greens and even some yellows here to the extreme northern parts of the Commonwealth. And as that moves off, it'll give way to nicer conditions to end off the week. It's going to be nice and sunny. How much rain are we going to get? Well, that's a great question. The rain, it's not so much a question of if it's going to rain, but how much. And right now, the European model is saying that State College will see 0.3 of an inch, but don't expect that. Don't be surprised if the observed totals are higher than that. Parts of Ohio are going to be seeing up to an inch and well above 1.5 inches here, almost 2 inches here in Cincinnati, 1.75 inches up in Cleveland. Closer to home here in Pennsylvania, we're looking at a lot of blue across the map, which is much needed. Might even be enough to bust some of the 1 out of 5s, but those pesky 3 and 4 out of 5s will be a little bit harder to get rid of, but they might be knocked down a few. New England going to get over 1 inch here up in Boston. They also need rain. The entirety of the Northeast is looking at some very impactful, very much needed rain for this period of dryness. A live lookout at the Penn State Arboretum here. Nice blue skies, not a lot of clouds here. The temperature right now is 77 degrees, and you'll notice the feels like 2 degrees above what we're actually seeing. That's due to that dew point being a lot higher than it has been in the past. Now, you've heard above average temperatures probably for the past couple of weeks, and if we look at the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, that trend is not going to change. Here in Pennsylvania, we're going to be above average, not as much as parts of the Midwest are going to be, but the only parts of the country that are looking at below average temperatures for the next week and a half are going to be Miami. They're going to be several degrees below average here. Now, the temperature for today, 84 degrees and sunny, and you'll notice that wind northwest, 8 miles per hour. Not going to provide much relief from the feels like due to those dew points being so high. Here's the forecast for tonight. The temperature, 53 degrees and clear, and that wind's going to pick up to even more, 11 miles per hour. Don't be surprised if it feels a little bit chillier than what it actually is outside. And here is the forecast for tomorrow. Your temperature, 78 degrees, not as warm as today, but still going to be pretty warm, mostly sunny. And here's a look at the 7-day forecast, where pretty warm today, 84 degrees, before we cool back down to below 80 on Saturday, 78 degrees. Some clouds in the morning on Sunday, foreshadowing that rain late afternoon on Monday, 73 degrees. We're going to warm back up, and the rain on Monday, plus an isolated thunderstorm possible on Tuesday with the approach of that cold front, and then we're going to dry out, mostly cloudy on Wednesday, 75 degrees, until back down to 71, partly cloudy next Thursday.